If you are questioning your sexuality, watch this because I think I just figured out a way to kind of self assess. Okay, picture this. You meet this new person and they're amazing. They're really attractive, really pretty on the inside and the outside, and their personality is awesome. It matches yours almost perfectly, and you have very similar views on a bunch of stuff, and they're just so much fun to be around. Over the next few days, you get to know each other and you find out that they accept you for every little thing that you can't even accept yourself. You think you might be developing a crush, but you're not sure. Either way, you know that you'd be perfect together. Now, this person asks you out, and they are insert gender that you're unsure if you're attracted to or not. What's your answer? Does their gender change whether you like them or not? If your answer is no, does it change if it's a different gender?
If you're confused about your sexuality, I'm going to tell you what I did that really helped me figure it out. This was my version of like a checklist. So you know how some people, they have like a dating checklist and they say like my perfect person has to have these items, and like these items down here are things that I want but I'm willing to bend on. They're not necessary. That never really worked for me because I'm neurodivergent. I have ADHD and autism, and I had clarifying questions for every single scenario that any of those things would come up in. But one of the things that a neurodivergent brain is great at is daydreaming. So that's what I did. I started daydreaming about what just like a normal day would be like in an ideal relationship. Like the things we would do, the places we would go, how I would feel, how they would treat me. And like there are no rules in this. You're not looking for anything specific. You just let your mind kind of play and wander and see what you come up with. I pictured a Sunday afternoon. We wake up, make breakfast together, make coffee. We watch some crappy reality show, probably Housewives or something. They enjoy it with me. They don't just tolerate the fact that I like these things. They like want to participate with me. I wanted to be able to talk about my work life and use the names of the people that I work with, where my partner would like understand who they are and they be interested and invested in those types of conversations. I wanted to create together. That was the biggest piece for me. I vividly remember like this image in my head of us in this like beautiful loft style place, and we were like making art together. They love my cats, like are invested and not just, again, tolerating the fact that I have cats. You know what I mean? I pictured this person being emotionally intelligent. They had gone to therapy. They had done the work to deconstruct the patriarchal like ideals that are so ingrained in us. Like, I literally remember thinking like whatever man I date has to also hate men. Like they have to be the one who says, when I say like, yeah, men are the worst, they say, yes, I know. Like I don't claim them. The same way as white people, white people are the worst and I'm white, but we're the worst. I didn't want to spend all day like watching someone play video games or sports. I remember thinking I just need to find a man with a woman's brain. And then I was like, wait, you're describing a woman, Dana. You're describing a woman. You're gay. And the minute that I pictured a woman in that scenario instead of a man, everything clicked for me. I was just like,
Hi, and welcome to the Am I a Lesbian quiz. I'm going to list some of the behaviors of men, and if any of the following make you wince, gag, or give you the ick, you might should consider becoming a practicing lesbian. So picture a generic man in your mind who...
Are you trying to figure out if you are a lesbian or bisexual? I have what I think is the most important and main question you should be asking yourself, coming from someone who used to identify as bisexual and now identifies as a lesbian. So here it is. Is dating a man embarrassing to you? That's it. That's the question. Like, does the idea of like getting married to a man, like proclaiming your love to like your family, like just holding a man's hand, telling your coworkers about having this boyfriend, does it excite you? Is it like cute? Is it romantic? Or is it embarrassing? Does it make you feel potentially like you're hiding something, or like you're only with this man because you couldn't get a woman and feel embarrassed or ashamed because of that? Like, are you only doing it because it's an easier thing to do, which again, doesn't feel great to admit to yourself? talking with my friends who are bi, they'll talk about like a man asking them out or hitting on them, and they'll get really excited, like their eyes will light up. Talking with my friends who are lesbians, and especially like in the process of figuring out if they're lesbians, the way they would talk about men and dating men would always be kind of like, yeah, maybe, like it would always kind of sound like they were talking about like a homework assignment they had to do, or like a chore. Like it was never joyful. There was like kind of this element of like drudgery or shame to it. I think sometimes people who are new to lesbianism bring a sort of like anxiousness to it, and they get very self-conscious about like the purity of their lesbianism. Like I've had newly out friends who are lesbian be like, oh my gosh, I have like a little like crush on a male celebrity, or I think some fictional guy character is cute. Wait, am I actually not a lesbian? And I'm like, okay, but if it really came down to it, if this man wanted to have a relationship with you, wanted to go public with like your affection, like wanted to carry on any sort of prolonged contact, does that sound good to you? Or does it feel embarrassing? Does it feel like you're wearing an ill-fitting sweater? And they'd always be like, oh yeah, no, it feels weird. You know, little fleeting fantasies, they're whatever, you know. Like you don't have to be disgusted by men to be a lesbian. It's just the idea of being in a romantic relationship with one, of like a serious ongoing relationship. Does it feel good? Does it feel right? Does it make you glow? If not, like you're probably a lesbian.